Hi everyone. So today we are going to learn about the hunter-gatherer society, that how did they evolve as a society to growing food. So let us start with the same. So before we move further, let us first know who are called as hunter-gatherers. So for that, they are a member of a group of people who subsist by hunting, fishing, or foraging in the wild. Now let us see that what was the reason, like why did they actually had to move from one place to another. For that, the first one would be that they would have had to go elsewhere in search for food. It was because if they stayed at one place for a long time, they would have eaten up all the available resources, that is the plant and animal. Wherein the second reason was that they had to move from one place to another in search of smaller prey, or in the case of deer, wild cattle, and in search of grass and green. So they had to follow all the animal movements for the same. Now, the third reason is the third reason is that they had to move from season to season in search of different kind of plants. This is because different season were different plants and trees. So this was the reason that they had to move from one place to another. And the fourth reason being that the plants and animals need water to survive. Now, water over here is found only near lakes, streams, and rivers. While many rivers and lakes are perennial in nature, but differs in season. So they had to find place where they could live on the banks, and they had to go in search of water during the dry season. So it would be easy if they leave, if they start rotating their places, start moving on from better movements, so that they do not have any lack of things that they need to actually survive. So now let us see what we have in the book. So now the main thing is that how do we actually know about these people? So this is a really big thanks to our archaeologists who have found all the remainings. Now this were very easily found, not very easily, but obviously it took really a lot of research, and that's how we have concluded that some of these stone tools were used to cut meat and bone, scrap bark and hides, chop fruits and roots, wherein some may have been attached to handles of bone or wood to make spears and arrows for hunting, while the other tools were used to chop wood, which was also used as firewood. And now these are all the stone tools. I have mentioned some of this to give you a better understanding about how the stone tools were made during that era. Now let us also see what have contributed more to make it more understanding, that we have found some of the evidences of the last era, that is what we are talking about, the hunting gatherer society. So sites. Now over here in this sites, I've also mentioned one of the maps which gives us a little brief idea about the Neolithic sites too. But talking about the remainings that we have found in these sites were the remaining of the tools, the stone tools, the pots, the building, etc. Now this may be found on the surface of the earth, buried under the earth, or sometimes we even found, and we have also found it under the water. So moving further with this, now let us see what else must have contributed to find us the remaining of the hunter-gatherer society. Now over here, rock painting. Now rock painting over here, if you guys have visited any caves, or wherein you have also found the rock paintings about the about this thing that which I have mentioned in the picture too. So rock paintings, and what exactly that they tell us about. Now, many of the caves in which caves we find in early people where they lived have painted on their walls. Now, over here, people chose these natural caves because they have provided shelter from rain, heat, and wind. Don't you think this was a very exclusive and very amazing idea to just have a rock painting and leave it for the further future generation to see and to actually learn that how this were the times, how this is how they used to spend their time with. Moving further with this, now let us study about the three periods of our human history. So these are the three eras, that is the Paleolithic Age, the Mesolithic Age, and the Neolithic Age. With it, now where does Paleolithic word come from? It comes from two Greek words that means old, paleo means old, and lithos meaning stone. And this is an extent from around 2 million years ago to about 12,000 years ago. This longer stretch is further divided into three parts. One is the lower, middle, and upper Paleolithic, wherein you won't believe, but this is a long span of time that covers 99% of human history. Now, moving further with the second era. So that is the Mesolithic Age. Now, this period we find is due to the environmental changes, which begins from 12,000 years to 10,000 years ago. Now, this is also known as Middle Stone Age. The stone tools during this period are generally tiny and they are called as microliths. Now, over here, they are probably used to stuck to handles of bones or wood to make tools such as saws and sickles. At the same time, older varieties of tools continue to be in use. Now, the third and the last era we study is the Neolithic Age. Now, over here, the Neolithic Age means New Stone Age and was the last and the third part of the Stone Age. Now, over here in India, it spanned from around 7,000 to 1,000 BC. Now, the Neolithic Age is mainly characterized by the development of the settled agriculture and the use of tools and weapons made of polished stones. The Neolithic Age is the final division of the Stone Age with a wide-ranging set of developments that appear to have arisen independently in several parts of area of the world. Now, over here, we also know that, how this evolution from the Paleolithic to Neolithic age have taken place. Similarly, when we talk about the starting age, that is the hunting-gathering society, we have also seen many evolution taking place in the nature and the climate, in the environment. Everything has changed. And the way the behavior, the changes in their behavior of the people have also drastically changed. Now, for me, I would just want to give a short thing, that is that now since we have studied about everything about the ancient thing, we will also learn about the change that happened, where how we can see the different changes of the occupation that took place in the neo evolution, and that we'll see in the next part. So thank you for now.